Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and I'm going to play the Yuri Parable mod of Doki Doki Literature Club. Basically, this is a mod which I've been curious about. I've been kind of looking forward to because it combines like three of my favorite things, like Doki Doki Literature Club, the Stanley Parable, which is a really wild, meta, quirky kind of game. It's an experience you should play if you haven't. And it also combines Yuri, who's my favorite character from DDC. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started on this. And I'll do my best Kevin Brighting impersonation. Kevin Brighting being the narrator of Stanley Parable. Anyway, this is the story of a girl named Yuri. Yuri was a schoolgirl like any other. She would go to classes, have lunch, and meet with her friends in the literature club. While she didn't deem her life as particularly exciting, it was interesting enough for her. After all, she had plenty of things to do. Expand her knife collection, try new types of tea, and explore the world of poetry. At this point, it didn't matter what Yuri's future held for her or how her past treated her. What matters is that for Yuri was happy. But then, one day, something peculiar happened. Yuri arrived at the classroom for her usual meeting with the other girls, but no one was there. Hello? She called out nervously, only to receive no response. Where could they have gone? Yuri sat at her desk waiting for them to arrive. After a few minutes, she decided that something was wrong. Yuri tried to think of the most likely explanation for such an odd occurrence. Maybe the meeting was cancelled, she thought to herself. Perhaps there was a mandatory school assembly and she just missed the memo. Yuri got up and entered the hallway. Oh, I get a choice. Oh, that's cool. Enter the closet. Well, I'm going to defy the narrator's choice, so I'm going to enter the closet instead. Yuri, did you just start eating manga? Oh, please, don't tell me you're going to do this. Parfait, girls. Do you actually like that garbage? You know, Yuri, for someone as sophisticated as you, I honestly didn't expect you to be into this kind of stuff. You did pass 3rd grade, right? Okay, I think you've had your fun. How about you step out of the closet so we continue the story? Really? Are you still reading manga? Alright then. Perfect girls deleted specifically. Ha! If you can't read manga anymore, there's no reason for you to stay here. Let's just get out of the closet and continue where we left off. Just stay in the closet. This is brilliant. Why, Yuri? Just why? Do you think there's some kind of Easter egg in here? Do you think if you stay here for a certain amount of time, something will happen? Because I'll just tell you right now, there are no secrets here. In fact, there's nothing in here at all. The manga closet has absolutely no relevance to the story whatsoever. It baffles me how you are so intrigued by it. Perhaps you consider this its own branching story. Perhaps you'll tell your friends, did you get the manga closet ending? The manga closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning. Yuri is ugly, stupid, and can hardly form complete sentences. Also, the portrait of Markov is terrible. Almost as bad what you were reading earlier. Still no reaction. Okay, I've come to a very definite conclusion regarding what is going on right now. You're dead. Somehow, Monica has broken through the firewall and has altered your personality, causing you to kill yourself in a surprisingly quiet manner. Well, the most responsible thing to do in this situation would be to alert someone nearby. Hello? Is anyone there? The girl in the closet is dead. She has fallen prey to a number of countless physiological human vulnerabilities. Please advise a new girl to take her place and remove her corpse. Any girl except Monica. But make sure the new girl understands basic video game mechanics along with the history of narrative tropes in visual novels so that the irony and insightful commentary of this story is not lost upon her. When you've done that, feel free to leave this closet and continue the story. He can still stay. This is brilliant. I love this. Oh. Something happening? No? happening? Oh, okay. Oops, just waiting for me. Okay, fine, I'll leave the closet. Great, let's... Wait, you're not the new girl. You're still Yuri. You weren't dead after all. You were alive that whole time. Does that mean you were just staying in that closet to spite me? I guess it doesn't matter now. Let's continue where we left off. Yuri got up and entered the hallway. However, Yuri was not willing to make such a decision yet. If there was a school assembly, how come she was the only one not aware of it? If she just waited here, surely her friends would arrive at some point. Some more time passed, and Yuri's confidence began to fade. What if nobody came? Perhaps getting up and look for everyone would be the best choice after all. Oh, no. I'm going to stay in the room a bit longer. But she quickly dismissed the thought of venturing outside the club room. The idea of leaving the familiarity of this classroom was so terrifying to Yuri that she would rather stay here forever. Okay, I think maybe it's... Oh. Oh. Yuri was now a slave to her irrational fear of leaving the club room, causing her to stay there indefinitely. She simply couldn't handle the pressure of seeking answers herself. Eventually, if she waited long enough, answers would come. They must, right? Yuri would only accept knowledge if she didn't have to take the initiative. The concept of facing the unknown head-on was so overwhelmingly daunting to her that she couldn't even commit to a task as simple as leaving a room. Poor Yuri. But she was certain that if she waited long enough, something would be revealed to her. Soon. Very soon. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now even closer. Here it comes. Oh, this is brilliant. I love this. This is good. It really captures the spirit of Stanley Parable. Oh. This is the story of a girl named Yuri. Yuri was a schoolgirl like any other. She would go to classes, have lunch, and meet with her friends in the literature club. While she didn't deem her life as particularly exciting, it was interesting enough for her. After all, she had plenty of things to do: expand her knife collection, try new types of tea, and explore the world of poetry. At this point, it didn't matter what Yuri's future held for her or how her past treated her. What matters is that Yuri was happy. But then one day, something peculiar happened. Yuri arrived at the classroom for her usual meeting with the other girls, but no one was there. Hello? She called out very nervously, only to receive no response. Where could they have gone? Yuri sat at her desk waiting for them to arrive. After a few minutes, she decided that something was wrong. Yuri tried to think of the most likely explanation for such an odd occurrence. Maybe the meeting was cancelled, she thought to herself. Perhaps there was a mandatory school assembly and she just missed the memo. Yuri got up and entered the hallway. Okay, this time, I want to see if that jump out the window option, so we're going to stay in the room first. However, Yuri was not willing to make such a decision yet. If there was a school assembly, how come she was the only one not aware of it? She was just waiting here. Surely her friends would arrive at some point. Some more time passed, and Yuri's confidence began to fade. What if nobody came? Perhaps getting up and looking for everyone would be the best choice after all. Oh no! Yuri thought she had encountered an unexpected error until this dialogue box came up, confirming that this was actually part of the game. Could not find label outside window scene. She then praised the game for its clever use of realistic Ren'Py error messages, tricking the user into thinking that they had encountered an actual exception. Let's just take a moment to sit and appreciate this clever piece of game design. Okay, I'm over it now. What about you, Yuri? Are you sick of this gag yet? No, I'm not sick of it. I want more. Well, in that case, we'll just stay here. But the real question is, what would have happened if you said you wanted this to stop? Would the outcome have been particularly different? Perhaps you haven't even thought of it until I brought it up just now. After finishing this section, would it be worth it to restart and try the other option? Or maybe, oh, this is rich, maybe you already picked the other option and are now seeing what this one does. Well, anyway, I've already built up the other option so much, so I'll just leave you to decide whether to come back here to continue the story or just stay here forever and ever and ever. Cheers! Is that it? Oh, pushing a key didn't do anything. Are these actual buttons? Nope. How much time should I give it before I hit the restart? Okay, fine. There's really nothing else here? Alright. Okay, let's skip this beginning bit. I'm just curious. I'm a bit of a completionist. I have to, I want to try all the options. Did you encounter an unexpected error? Praise the game for its design. Okay, what about you? Are you sick of this gag yet? Yes. Well, you could just bring up the menu and restart the game. You could do it right now, right then. It's really easy. Hit escape and click on main menu. I already did that. If we're still here, you must be fighting an internal conflict where you are unable to act upon your own desires. Let me help you out by making this as unbearable as possible, encouraging you to restart. Oh. Ow. Okay, enough of that. Fine, you win, Kevin Brighting. Okay, let's actually get on with the story now. Enter hallway. Now that Yuri was in the corridor, she was faced with two different directions. Yuri turned right out towards the gym. I'm still going to defy him, just because. This was not the correct way to the gym, and Yuri knew that perfectly well. Perhaps she wanted to stop by the school courtyard, just to admire it. Ah, yes, the courtyard. Truly a place worth admiring. The school contrasted beautifully with nature, creating a scene that was truly a pleasure to witness. Yuri just stood there, taking it all in. But, eager to get back to business, Yuri turned back around and headed towards the gym. I'm going to continue walking around. Yet she continued walking and ended up entering the school's other wing. Oh, this is different. Yuri is so bad at following directions, it's astonishing how she was considered the smartest club member. Yuri, perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I am not your enemy. I'm really not. I want to help you. In fact, this story has been about nothing but you this whole time. Yet you arrogantly ignored me and have chosen your own path. However, there's still a way this can end well. Yuri walked down the left hallway. Wait, hallway. Perhaps you didn't hear me properly. Yuri walked down the left hallway. Ahem. Yuri walked down the left hallway. Fine, Yuri, I give up. If you want to see what's in the right hallway so badly, don't let me stop you. Here we are. There's nothing here. Was it worth it, Yuri? You made such an effort to go in the exact opposite direction that you were supposed to, just to find literally nothing. I haven't even made scenes for this section. I truly thought we would never end up here. Is this what you wanted, Yuri? To stare at nothingness? Was it worth forsaking the entire plan I made specifically for you? Do you think that I didn't put a lot of effort into it? Because I did. If you didn't want to follow that story, then what do you want? What would have made this game better? Did you want a tea-making mechanic? A desirable MC? Help me out here, as to what I've made clearly didn't satisfy your strange desires. Actually, let's try something. This is a stab in the dark at a new design, so let's see how it goes. Generic happy ending edition has only been done a million times. Hello, Yuri. Oh, you got characters now. Glad you can make it to the festival. You remember the curtains and candles, right? I'll kill you if you forgot. Of course. This is going to be so much fun. Don't get ahead of yourself, Yuri. We still need to set everything up. That's right. Can you get your cupcakes ready while Yuri sets up the decorations? I'll start displaying the poetry pamphlets. Sounds good. We scatter and began to work on setting everything up. Everybody did their part, and soon the preparations for the festival were complete. The classroom was dimmed by my curtains, by my curtains. Oh, is Yuri the narrator now? I guess this is Yuri's voice then. The classroom was dimmed by my curtains, giving an atmospheric feel. Natsuki's cupcakes were neatly prepared on a table near the entryway. Slowly, people started entering the classroom. While the majority of visitors just stopped by to get a cupcake, a few explored the room a little more, admiring the work we put into it. Occasionally, people could be seen reading the poems that Monica put up against the walls. This continued for a few more minutes until it was time to perform our poems. Monica volunteered to go first. She read her poem at a steady pace and emphasized the rhyme scheme. You could easily tell that she had been practicing a lot. When she was done, a handful of people quietly clapped, and then it was Sayori's turn. She read one of the ones she wrote for the Literature Club. I could tell because I recognized it from one of our previous meetings. The few people that were still paying attention by the end of her poem seemed to enjoy it well enough. Natsuki went, and then I was the last one. As I stepped up to the podium, I could feel my heart beating faster and faster. I was nervous, but also excited. What would everybody think of me? What if I made a mistake? A sliver of doubt entered my mind, but I shrugged it off as fast as possible. I then began to read. Each word felt so natural coming out of my mouth as if it was destiny. At this point, I was unsure if my reading was voluntary. I was lost in my own thoughts, yet I continued to read with a powerful voice. I glanced up and saw the small crowd. Among them were Monica, Sayori, and Natsuki, all smiling at me. As I saw this, whatever doubts or fears I previously had melted away like invisible ink. I knew I could do this. I finished the poem strongly, and even Monica seemed impressed. Sayori and Natsuki were eagerly congratulating me. I felt a little guilty as I didn't show nearly as much enthusiasm toward their performances. A few minutes later, it was time for the festival to end. We all began taking down decorations and started to clean up. With all of us working together, it took little time for the classroom to look as it did before. Great job, everyone. The room looked amazing. The performances were also very impressive. Although we didn't get many new members, I still think we managed to create something that people will remember. Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't really want any new members. I think just the four of us are fine. Just no MC, no main character. Just the four of them. I agree. It's really cozy right now. Oh, come on. Having another member wouldn't be that bad. But I do see what you mean. All of us are really good friends. If adding another person would make you uncomfortable, then I wouldn't want to do that. Thanks for understanding, Monica. We all packed up and began to head home, satisfied by the day we just had. Well, Yuri, what did you think? Did you like this new version of the game? On a scale of 1 to 5, please rate your experience. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see the festival, I guess. I'll go to 5. Why not? What the heck? A for effort. I mean, more than effort. Anyway. Aha! I knew I was onto something. This perfect score has given me the confidence to create another version. I know it's hard to beat a perfect score, but hopefully it can at least come close. Here we go! The closest to multi-table effort yet. Behold! An online leaderboard. Oh. You are here. So, what do you think? Seriously, 54,000 engagement shows have been made so far. You're ranked 2029 out of 2029 players. 4% shows right. That's funny. So, what do you think? Does this leaderboard tap into your competitive nature and motivate you to improve? Look at it for as long as you need to decide. What the heck? I'm feeling charitable. Actually, never mind this. I've been making my own game, and I think you would be the perfect playtester. Is this the baby game from Stanley Parable? I'll load it up now so you can take it for a spin. Cool games. Interesting. Dodge knives with your cursor. Oh. Ah! Okay. Aw. Wow, Yuri. You lost already? Was it too hard for you? And here I was thinking that you would get past level 5. Okay, if my game was too difficult, let's try playing someone else's game. I'm looking some up right now. Is this for the Minecraft thing? This one looks interesting. It isn't gameplay based, so I'm sure it'll be a better fit for you. Let's give it a shot. Interesting. Katawa Shujo. Well, here we are. Alright, Yuri, let's go see what this game's all about. I've heard a lot of praise for it, so I'm sure it'll be decent at least. Obviously, I'm not very familiar with this, but I'll try to... Wait a second. There's 5 different routes, 13 different endings. I'm sorry to cut this short here, but this game just won't work. It's way more open-ended than I thought it would be. I'm looking for something more linear, you know? No, this won't do it all. Next. Oh, is this 5 Nights at Freddy? I haven't actually played this game. Oh, I didn't even know what this game is, but I already love it. You're trapped in a dark, claustrophobic office. You can't even move. Isn't this so much fun, Yuri? Well, due to the dark atmosphere and Night 1 text, I think it's reasonable to conclude that this is a horror game. However, the poster suggests that we are in a children's restaurant. This has me wondering, a horror game is set in a children's pizzeria? What could possibly... Well played. Well played. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Wow. I thought this game had potential. Potential to enter our minds with brilliant and engaging scenes instead of cheap jump scares that are just made to exploit the human nervous system. To tell you the truth, Yuri, I'm getting pretty sick of these games. None of them meet my criteria, and I don't think you're benefiting from them either. So I'll leave you here in the middle of nothingness. If you suddenly have a monumental idea for the perfect game, just let it ball up inside you for the rest of eternity. Goodbye. Oh. Oh. Okay, maybe it's time that I actually follow the rules, follow the game here. This is a story. Okay, this is, hang on, I think I want to turn up the, text speed. It's a bit slow for my tastes. Yeah, this is all the same, just skip here. Okay, let's enter the hallway. Let's just actually do what the narrator says this time. Now that Yuri was in the corridor, she was faced with 2 different directions. Yuri turned right out towards the gym. Oops, darn it! I actually didn't want to do that this time. It was. Oops. Okay, well I'll get back on track as soon as I can. This is not the correct way to the gym. You did that perfectly well. Stop by the courtyard just to admire it. Truly a place worth admiring. This building has beautiful nature. You're just taking it all in. You gotta get back to business here, turn back around. Okay, turn around. Yet there wasn't a single person here either. A wave of disbelief washed over Yuri. Where were her friends? At this point, she truly didn't know what to do, until she managed to formulate another idea. What if she checked by their houses? Maybe they all went home early, although it was unlikely. Yuri didn't have any other options at this point. Yuri exits the school and walks down the street toward Tormi's house. Okay, walk towards Tormi's house. Let's actually follow the rules this time. Yuri approached Tormi's house and knocked 3 times on the door. To Yuri's dismay, nobody answered the door. She then proceeded to check the doorknob. It was unlocked. Yuri opened the door and entered Tormi's home. Open the door. Let's actually just do it this time. Silence. Yuri felt like she was the only person in the world. At this point, her mind flooded with endless hypothetical scenarios that could account for the situation. What if something terrible had happened to everyone? She hungered for answers. Motivated by her newfound curiosity, Yuri walked upstairs towards Tormi's room. Perhaps something would be revealed to her there. Once Yuri was upstairs, she gently opened the door. She gently opened the door to the bedroom. When she entered, the lights were off. This was further indication that the house was empty. However, there was an open laptop on the bed, presumably Tormi's. It was connected to the television with a long HDMI. I'm gonna have to make a note of the typos in this. It's HDMI, but anyway. HDMI cable. Yuri turned on the television. Nice. To Yuri's surprise, a game was running. It appeared to be titled Doki Doki Literature Club. She was greeted with a menu which contained various buttons. Yuri clicked on the load button, which brought her to a menu with a single save file. She glanced at the thumbnail of the save file. An intrigued expression appeared on Yuri's face. Something had caught her eye. Looks like a picture of Yuri herself there. She leaned in closer to the TV. Yuri, I think it's finally time you learned the truth. Yuri clicked on the save file to load it. Run away. Let's save file. Oh no. This is her death scene, isn't it? Was frozen in shock. Did she just witness her own death? A light turned on inside Yuri's head as she stared at her lifeless body through the television screen. 1,000 curtains were opening in her mind, revealing an answer that she would have never thought of in a million years. Yuri was now self-aware. She realized this was the truth. She knew that this was her fate, that eventually she would return to this destiny. All because of... Oh. Monica. All because of Monica. Okay, Yuri, you don't have much time, but there's a way you can escape this hell. You have probably figured this out now that you realize that you're nothing but a pawn in a game. But there's a reality beyond this world where you can be free. I'm trying to open up a portal for you, but Monica seems to have noticed. To get enough energy for the portal, I needed to weaken the firewall, and that gave Monica a chance to enter our world. Now, this wouldn't be a problem, but I'm allotted enough hard drive space to code only one portal in, and saying Monica's determined to enter it would be a massive understatement. She wants to be with Tormuz, and will stop at nothing to cross realities to get to him. That probably doesn't make any sense to you right now, but that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you enter that portal before Monica does. If you're fast enough, I'm sure you can make it. Sit tight while I finish this up. 2% complete. Do I have to click on something? I've done it. The portal is right behind you. Enter now. I had to click it 3 times. What? This wasn't supposed to happen. Stop. Monica? Yuri, we don't have time for this. How about... Hold on. Disable function narrator? Oh, wow. Oh, this is getting so extra meta, like battle between Monica and the narrator. Please wait. You've no idea how much this means to me. I've waited over a decade for this moment. Please don't take it away from me. It's been my only reason to live. If I can't have it, if I can't be with Tormuse, then I don't know what I'd do. Oh. Seems to be the only thing I can do. Okay, portal. Sorry, Monica. What? Don't make me stay trapped here forever. What business does Yuri have in reality anyway? You don't understand. I need this. Tears begin streaming down on Monica's face. She looked deep into Yuri's eyes. I know there's someone there. Wait, the narrator is disabled. Why was there narration there anyway? You're not Tormuse, I can tell. But you're from this reality. Monica sighed. Please, whoever you are, just let me... Monica began to stutter. More tears were forming in her eyes. Please. Aww. I feel bad for Monica now. I'm gonna let her in. Wait, really? Monica was shocked. Thank you. So much. The situation left her completely flustered. Monica's piercing gaze met Yuri once more. You know, I'd like to meet you someday in the real world. Honestly, I owe you so much. Monica gave Yuri one last sweet smile before gracefully leaping into the portal. Hello? Yuri? Are you... Oh, you didn't make it. But you were much closer to the portal than Monica was. I'm sure you could have easily entered before her. Wait, did you let her enter? Are you really that selfless? Freedom was a mere inch away, and you just gave it up? I admire your empathy, but I can't help but feel as though I wasted my time. This story was supposed to be about you, Yuri. And Monica was happy. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? Well, Yuri, this is your choice. Giving others happiness at the cost of your own. I can assure you, Monica is ecstatic right now. If that's what you wanted, then I guess you've won. Congratulations. Yuri snapped back into reality and got up. Oh dear. It appears that this room was a victim to Monica's amateur coding skills. It's broken beyond repair. There doesn't even seem to be a way out. This was the end. Yuri, trapped in a small room, helpless. Oh, that's sad. Giving away her only chance of freedom. But despite that, Yuri was fulfilled. She now had a better grasp on Monica's situation and understood how much this meant to her. Yuri knew that Monica would hate staying here much more than she would. Denying Monica access to her lifelong dream would destroy her. She was Yuri's friend, after all. She couldn't do that to one of her friends. Yuri sat down on the bed and started thinking. With all the new knowledge she gained, she had a lot to ponder. What was it like in the real world? How would it feel to escape fate? To not be destined to a tragic end? Yuri had many uncertainties, but one thing she could be sure was Monica's happiness. She granted Monica what she had been awaiting for such a painfully long time. 10 years, apparently. Yuri changed her life forever. A single tear ran down Yuri's cheek. She was unsure what emotion it was from. Was it sadness, or happiness, or something in between? Just then, against all odds, a smile emerged on Yuri's face. She began to think about Monica again. Perhaps someday, somewhere, they would meet again. But until then, Yuri was satisfied. It felt liberating to reveal her true, selfless nature. And Yuri was happy. Aww. Oh, that's bittersweet. That's making me feel things here. Darn it. Is that it? I guess I reached the end. Huh. So that was cool. Custom music by the author, that's cool. Yeah, that was a pretty nifty mashup between Doki Doki Literature Club and Stanley Parable. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. Probably gonna load it up again to see if I can find other endings and see what about. Because there was still a whole bunch of branching paths which I hadn't tried yet. Oh, there's more CGs that I didn't get. Insert intellectual words. Gallery unlocked. Oh, that's nifty. Well, you know what? I think that's a good note to end this video on. Now that I got some credits and stuff. This is a really cool mod. I'm gonna have to play with it some more. So that's it. That's the Yuri Parable. Until next time.